If the bridge is the nerve center of this great ship and the radio room its voice, then the engine room is its heart. Now, let's take a journey down to the hottest and noisiest parts of the vessel. Welcome to the technical world, which is responsible for keeping this ship on the move. The ship's engine control room is located on A deck. From the main control panel, the chief engineer operates the main steering and propulsion systems. During maneuvering, he is in constant touch with the bridge. Though the main engines, stabilizers, and bow thrusters are operated from the bridge, the actual starting and running of them are controlled from here. Should anything go wrong on the bridge, the entire vessel can be operated from the engine control room. From this panel, the running order and operation of the ship's main engines are monitored continually. From various other panels, the engineers also monitor and control the temperature of the various public rooms, regulate the water and fuel supplies, and watch the ship's fire and safety status. The ship's main propulsion systems are operated by 4 two-stroke, medium-speed diesel engines. Each engine is operated at 410 revolutions per minute and is paired with another by pneumatic couplings. Their combined shaft speeds are decreased to 155 RPM through large reduction gears. In turn, they are connected to the 2 shafts on either side of the ship. The revolving shafts then drive the ship's 2 13-foot-high variable pitch propellers. The power of the 4 main engines is impressive. Each engine has 9 massive cylinders. Each cylinder is 16 inches in diameter and has a stroke of 19 inches. The maximum output per engine is 4,500 horsepower. The maximum combined output of the 4 engines is 18,000 horsepower, giving the ship a maximum speed of 21.5 knots. It would take over 200 standard automobile engines to generate the same power. For the ship's electrical power supply, there are 7 4-stroke diesel engines directly coupled to generators. The total electrical output of the generators is a hair-raising 6,860 kilowatts at 440 volts. All of the ship's fresh water is supplied by 3 evaporators. Fresh water is distilled from the outside seawater under vacuum pressure. The 3 evaporators can produce a total of 149,000 gallons of fresh water a day. The ship's daily consumption is about 90,000 gallons. To operate the evaporators, as well as provide the steam for the galley, laundry, and air conditioning systems, there are 2 oil-fired steam boilers. Each boiler has a steam capacity of 6.3 tons per hour. Heading the engineering department is the chief engineer. He has total responsibility for the operations of the engine room and its crew. The assistant chief engineer takes care of purchasing, maintenance, and repairs. He is also fully qualified to take charge of the department. There are also 30 other well-qualified Norwegian officers and crew in the engineering department. Collectively, they are responsible for all the machinery and technical equipment on board. From your cabin air conditioning and the ship's plumbing to the ship's auxiliary engines and the main power plant, the engineers answer every call. To preserve Royal Viking's high standards of safety and comfort, there is continuous maintenance and repair work going on every day. Equipment surveying, machinery upkeep, and overhauling the engines on board is a continual process. For everything has to comply with strict de nosce veritas regulations. Every problem is considered to be important, for even the smallest malfunction can cause a costly breakdown. Therefore, the engines aboard Royal Viking ships are in excellent condition due to the extensive preventative maintenance program that has been in effect since the ships were built. Although you don't have to worry about the refueling or electrical bills, you might be interested in how much fuel is consumed to keep this great ship running. As you would expect, the 4 main engines consume more fuel than any other part of the vessel. At a normal cruising speed of around 18 knots, with 3 of the engines running, about 11,000 gallons of fuel are required daily. The electrical power supply also requires a good deal of fuel. The constant electrical load at sea is about 2,500 kilowatts, requiring another 5,000 gallons of fuel per day. And the ship's steam supply requires another 2,000 gallons per day. Over 18,000 gallons of fuel are consumed daily. On an average 2-week cruise, the ship will require over 250,000 gallons of fuel. However, it's unlikely that this ship could accidentally run out of fuel, for the holding tanks can accommodate enough fuel to run constantly for 30 days at sea.